Senate will come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Senators Baisley, Baisley,
Excused.
Bridges, Senator Bridges,
Excused.
Buckner, Senator Buckner,
Excused.
Coleman, Cutter, Senator Cutter,
Excused.
Danielson, Exum,
She's not coming.
Fields,
Excused.
Gardner, Janal, Gonzalez, Hanson, Henriksen, Huckes Lewis, Kirkmeyer, Kolker, Liston, Lundin, Marchman, Michelson Janae,
Excused.
Malika, Pelton B, Pelton R, Priola, Rich, Roberts, Senator Roberts, Rodriguez, Simpson, Smallwood, Sullivan, Van Winkle, Senator Van Winkle,
Excused.
Will, Winter, Zenzinger, Senator Baisley, Bridges,
Buckner.
Mr. President,
Here. The morning roll call is 30 present, 0 absent, 5 excused. We do have a quorum. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we suspend Senate Rule 1B to allow someone other than the senator to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
You have heard the motion. This does require a 2/3 vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? The ayes have it. Senate Rule 1B will be suspended to allow someone other than a senator to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Colleagues, I hope I'm not leaping to conclusions with this, but we all enjoy the opportunity to have the children, the grandchildren of our members join us and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. It's always a little fun, different thing to do around here. We have a very special child with us this morning. She was born on the 29th of February and is celebrating her 7th birthday today. Senate Majority Staff Member Nina Krisman. She is turning 7 today. Nina, would you be so kind to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Oh, you can come up here. Would you like to? All right, fine, I will.
You need the mic?
I do not need the mic. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nina, that was so great. I'm so impressed that you have memorized the pledge at your young age of 7. Approval of the journal. Senator Pelton.
Thank you, Mr. President. I can feel it today. We're going to get this thing approved today. Here we go. We're going to have some passion. Like when I was coaching basketball, let's get it done today. Let's win this one. I move that the Senate Journal of February 28, 2024 be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? No. The ayes have it. That motion is adopted. Senate Services.
February 29, 2024, correctly printed Senate Joint Resolution 11, correctly engrossed Senate Bills 35 and 135, correctly revised House Bills 1032 and 1093, correctly enrolled Senate Memorial 1.
Will the clerk please add Senators Van Winkle and Buckner to the roll? Committee reports.
February 28, 2024, Mr. President, the Committee on Transportation and Energy has had under consideration and has had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed. Member of the Community Access Enterprise for a term expiring September 28, 2025, Paul Boney of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, to serve as a representative of a business organization that supports electric alternatives to motor vehicles occasioned by the resignation of Alice Laird of Carbondale, Colorado, appointed. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 150 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation.
General orders. Second reading of bills. Consent calendar. Senator Kolker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? The ayes have it. The motion is adopted, and the Senate will resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of the general order, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and Senator Kolker will take the chair.
The committee will come to order and the court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the title of the bill on the general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar?
House Bill 1013 by Representatives Hartsock and Lucan, Senators Pelton R. and Bridges, concerning victim programs in the new 23rd Judicial District.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the adoption of the bill on the consent calendar, which includes House Bill 1013, and there are no committee reports.
Is there any discussion on the bill on the consent calendar? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the bill on the general order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. The ayes have it and the bill is adopted. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is for the committee to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it and the motion is adopted. Committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Kolker.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has had a bill under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
February 29, 2024, Mr. President, your Committee of the Whole begs leave to report it as had under consideration the following attached bill, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1013 passed on second reading and ordered revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Kolker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the report.
The motion is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 32 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 3 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. House Bill 1013 passed on second reading and order revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. General orders, second reading of bills. Senator Colker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself to the Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? No. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of the general order, second reading of bills, and Senator Colker will take the chair.
Yeah, I hope so. The Senate will come to order. Colt rules relaxed, I suppose. Will the clerk please read bill on second reading of bills?
Senate Bill 119, Senator Exum, Representatives Garcia and Mabry, concerning classifying the death of a parent as abandonment and determinations for vulnerable youth.
Senator Exum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 24-119 and the Judiciary Committee report.
Thank you. To the report, Senator Exum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We made a couple of amendments. Amendment L002, which refers to youth in transition proceedings. Made a change there. And then Amendment LL3 from the Office of Respondent Parent. We made a change in there to help the interpretation in the court. And ask for aye vote on the committee report.
Is there any discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of the committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. And those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. To the bill, Senator Exum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Colleagues, I bring Senate Bill 24-119 to you today. This is a real simple bill. The bill aligns state law with federal law on what findings the court must enter to establish the eligibility of juveniles to receive special immigrant juvenile status. And we refer to that to SIJS. In 2019, House Bill 19-1242 gave Colorado courts the authority to make findings regarding parental abuse, neglect, and abandonment, which fails to specify the abandonment includes parental death, which is the federal law did allow. Senate Bill 119 makes a technical change to clarify the parental death qualifies as abandonment. This will provide consistency across the laws so that all relevant families and juvenile courts have the same language regarding the special immigrant juvenile status finding, and ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Exum. Is there any further discussion on this bill? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 119. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is adopted. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
Motion before the committee is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Colker.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has met and had one bill under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
February 29, 2024, Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report it has had under consideration the following attached bill, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 119 is amended, passed on second reading, and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Colker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the report.
The motion is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 32 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 3 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 119 is amended, passed on second reading, order engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Consideration of governor's appointments, consent calendar. Will the clerk please read all of the appointments listed on the consent calendar?
Members of the State Board for Community Colleges and Occupational Education for term expiring December 31, 2024, Stephen Trujillo of Pueblo, Colorado, to serve as a Democrat and member from the 3rd Congressional District, occasioned by the resignation of Garrison Ortiz of Pueblo, Colorado, appointed. For term expiring December 31, 2025, Yolanda Ortega of Westminster, Colorado, to serve as a Democrat and member from the 8th Congressional District, occasioned by the resignation of Melanie Kruger of Thornton, Colorado, appointed. For term expiring December 31, 2026, Charles Red Rupert of Arvada, Colorado, to serve as an unaffiliated member from the 7th Congressional District, appointed. Effective January 1, 2024, for terms expiring December 31, 2027, Tatiana Hernandez of Longmont, Colorado, appointed. Catherine Scholl of Fort Morgan, Colorado, reappointed. Members of the Private Occupational School Board, effective July 2, 2023, for terms expiring July 1, 2027. Christine Smith of Lakewood, Colorado, to serve as a representative of a private occupational school, appointed. Joanne Stevens of Parker, Colorado, to serve as a representative of private occupational school, reappointed. Members of the Juvenile Parole Board, for a term expiring November 15, 2026, Robin Singer of Englewood, Colorado, to serve as a representative of the Department of Education, occasioned by the resignation of Rachel Victoria Lovendall of Fort Collins, Colorado, appointed. For a term expiring November 15, 2025, Adrian Benavides of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a representative of the public, occasioned by the resignation of Bradford Geiger of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, appointed. Members of the State Parole Board, for terms expiring June 30, 2026, Dr. Lakeisha Sharp of Pasadena, California, to serve as a citizen member, appointed. Greg Size of Wheat Ridge, Colorado, to serve as a member with experience in parole or probation, reappointed. Catherine Rodriguez of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a citizen member, occasioned by the resignation of Dr. Davis Talley of Aurora, Colorado, appointed. Member of the Orphan Dwellers Mitigation Enterprise Board, effective September 2nd, 2023, for terms expiring September 1st, 2026. Kimberly Mendoza Cook of Evergreen, Colorado, to serve as an individual with substantial experience in the oil and gas industry, reappointed.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the confirmation of all the appointments listed on the consent calendar, which includes Stephen Trujillo of Pueblo, Yolanda Ortega of Westminster, Brad Rupert of Arvada, Tatiana Hernandez of Longmont, Catherine Scholl of Fort Morgan for the State Board of Community Colleges and Occupational Education, Christine Smith of Lakewood, Joanne Stevens of Parker for the Private Occupational School Board, Robin Singer of Englewood, Adrian Benavides of Denver for the Juvenile Parole Board, Dr. Lakeisha Sharp of Pasadena, California, Greg Saez of Wheat Ridge, Catherine Rodriguez of Denver for the State Board of Parole, and Kimberly Mendoza Cook of Evergreen for the Orphan Dwellers Mitigation Enterprise Board.
Is there any discussion? The motion is the confirmation of all of the appointments on the consent calendar. Are there any no votes? With 32 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 3 excused, the appointments are confirmed. Committee reports.
February 28, 2024, Committee on Judiciary. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 120 be referred favorably to the Committee on Finance. Senate Bill 145 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. Senate Bill 107 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. Committee on Health and Services, after consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 117 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. Committee on Education, after consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 122 be postponed indefinitely. Senate Bill 132 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation to be placed on the consent calendar. The Committee on Education has had under consideration has a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirm members of the Board of Trustees for Colorado Mesa University, effective January 1, for terms expiring December 31, 2027. Ron Davis of Edwards, Colorado, reappointed. Charles Dukes of Commerce City, Colorado, reappointed. Dominic Moreno of Commerce City, Colorado, reappointed. Members of the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, effective January 1, 2024, for terms expiring December 31, 2027. Nathaniel Easley Jr. of Denver, Colorado, reappointed. Polly Barragan-Baca of Denver, Colorado, reappointed. Members of the Charter School Institute Board, effective July 2, 2023, for terms expiring July 1, 2026. Damian Lee Natale of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a member with Board of Public Service experience, appointed. Nicholas Martinez of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a member with financial management experience, reappointed.
Announcements. Members, it's not only Nina who has a birthday that we're celebrating today. There are no other birthdays today, but every month we celebrate the birthdays of a different month that happens in the interim where we weren't here to properly embarrass the member. So today we are going to assemble the Senate choir for everyone that had a birthday in July. That is Majority Leader Rodriguez on July 2nd, Senator Roberts on July 17th, Senator Coleman on July 20th, and Senator Mullica on July 31st, because apparently only Democrats are born in the month of July. And should we have the 7-year-old join these birthday boys? All right, Nina.
What's Anita?
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Senator. And Nina, happy birthday to you. May the dear Lord bless you, shower graces on you. May the dear Lord bless you, Senators and Nina. May the dear Lord bless you.
Further announcements. Senator Liston.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I want to remind you that today in the State Services Building is the first nuclear caucus. We want you to come. We have a great speaker, and lunch is provided to learn about the future of nuclear energy in the state of Colorado. It's free, and it is Amendment 41 compliant. So, sorry? It does, yes. So today at from 12:30 to 1:30, the first inaugural nuclear caucus. This is your chance to be a part of history. So you're all invited. Thank you.
Senator Janal.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Health and Human Services Committee will meet at 1:30 today. We are going to hear a couple of governor appointments. We're also going to be hearing Senate Bill 121, 82, 67, and 68. That's at 1:30 and 3:57.
Senator Danielson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a quick announcement that on adjournment, we'll be convening the State Business, Labor, and Technology Committee. There's one bill on the agenda, Senate Bill 108, and we will meet at just about 1:15. Thanks so much. Bye.
Senator Exum.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Local Government and Housing Committee will meet upon adjournment, let's say 15 minutes after adjournment, and we're going to hear Senate Bill 97 for action only, Senator Simpson, Senate Bill 96, Senator Van Winkle, and in Senate Bill 92, Senator Pelton B. And we'll do those in that order. Thank you.
Senator Mullica.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Finance will be meeting in room 357 upon adjournment to hear House Bill 1041, Senate Bill 102, Senate Bill 123 for action only, and House Bill 1053.
Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, SVMA committee will be meeting at 1:30 in the Old Supreme Court. We'll be hearing from members of the State Historical Society Board of Directors for appointments and reappointments, as well as House Bill 1067 and Senate Bill 72.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. Agriculture and Natural Resources, we're meeting at 1:30. We're going to hear the bill first, Senate Bill 37, and then we will do appointments to the CPW Commission.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate recess until 11 a.m. today. Colleagues, you do not need to return. We just have to read over a resolution. Thank you.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the Senate will recess until 11 a.m. today.